Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts Sunday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Piper Academy Network. I'm Lunar Beaches Crypto. This is TA Tuesday that we do every single Tuesday, where we just do some TA on the charts. Do some technical analysis, try to teach some stuff, hopefully new. Even if it's not new, it's nice to reiterate a lot of things so that people can get it hammered into their heads. So, I'm passing out, waiting, LOL, can't even climb into the shower. I'm so tired. Sorry, bro. Shout out to you, JR. Headphones? Why the headphones? Oh, glad you asked. Because I just want to play some background music during the stream, if that's okay with you guys. It says it's non-copyright, so hopefully that holds true. So, just thought we'd have a little more chill action. Or you guys tell me, put a 1 in chat if you like trading streams or technical analysis streams that have music going on, or is it too much of a distraction? If it's too much of a distraction, put a 2 in the chat. Let me know what you guys think about music during live streams, particularly those that involve technical analysis. One, you like the music? All right. That's 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. Stream looking good. Concurrent viewers 10. Good deal. Music lower than talking volume is lit. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna play some synthwave in the background. Because I like synthwave. But I have to turn it down on my headphones, which means now I can't hear myself in my headphones, which is weird. Okay, either way, what's going on? Good evening, Army Piper. How's it going? Can you even hear the music? Let me know. Is it do we need a different vibe? That's my jam? Oh, okay. Synthwave? I love me some synthwave. It's like 80s era type stuff. I don't know why I get nostalgia for 80s era stuff. Probably because I grew up watching a lot of 80s movies, even though I, grew up through the 90s. A lot of the popular movies were very a lot of the popular movies were 80s style movies, or were movies made in the 80s. I mean, what can I say? All the stuff that I watched. Terminator, lots of 80s music. A classic, though, if you guys have ever heard of the movie called The Wizard. First, gaming movie, or movie that was tied to gaming. was called The Wizard, and it was about this kid that got like really good at like Super Mario Bros or something, and him and like his sister and like maybe a big brother or a friend went on this road trip or something together to get to this big tournament for this video game tournament. And yeah, he made it like all the way through and won. It was pretty cool. Maybe there was another one, I think, maybe pinball. I think there was one called Pinball too. Good stuff, but of course it had this style of like 80s synthwave. All right, guys, let's go ahead and bring up the Madhouse. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? How's your mom and them? Alexandra G, good evening. Put them GEs in the chat. Good evening, JR. Oh, Alexandra G, as always, I appreciate you for pinning the link to the Discord in the chat. Guys, $5 to become an alumni member and get access to all different kinds of perks. Pigeon Town Smoof, good evening. Still, this probably the strangest name I know of. There's a lot of strange names out there, but that's one of the stranger ones, because it's like I don't even know what a smoof is. Alexander G, good evening. Army Piper, what's going on, brother? I hope you're doing well. It is good work music indeed. Kelly OG, talking about Melissa. What's going on, Kelly? What's going on, Melissa? Thank you for being here. Stupid Bitcoin. Cheers. Stupid Bitcoin. I love that name. Oh, man. Me neither? Alright. You don't even know what's going on with your own name? That's hilarious. Alexandra G, the OGGGGG. Speaking of perks, you look like you're overdosing. Okay, thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. All right, so let's see. One Love, Mel in the house. Thank you for being here. All right, guys, so let's just go ahead and bring up Les Chats. What's up with this market? I mean, it's a sideways market. We were, so yesterday we were talking about how we were expecting some downside, but that we could potentially also see a little up move in the process to give ourselves a nice A, B, C correction. So that would it is kind of lining up like that at the moment. So that's kind of what I am expecting. Yeah, that's what my dad said over the weekend. No sun today? What? Gloomy day today, but I'm grateful for today. There we go. That's the attitude. So if we do get a little bit of a flagging out in here, or we do get that push to the upside, something, even if it breaks above, the main thing is going to be the lows in here, because that's going to be the breakdown point from which I want to put my measured target at. So this could go from anywhere along, you know, the line here. Put this down to make it touch these two lows that we know that are in here. We got a low and then a high and then a low and then a high. So we're matching lows and highs here. A kind of a broadening wedge in here, rising broadening wedge, which I believe they tend to break to the downside if I'm correct in my patterns. Haven't traded patterns in a while, but that would make sense. Come up here, sweep the high up here, maybe even on Wednesday prior to the FOMC, and then, or we could get it as soon as tomorrow. You come up, sweep that Sunday. That's not the Sunday high. It's very close. Sunday high is up here. but definitely sweep the high of the week, the Monday high. That's what I'm looking for tomorrow going into Wednesday. Tomorrow through Wednesday, I want to see a sweep of the Monday high or the Monday low. And then I would expect a reversal one way or the other, whichever way they go. I'm still watching these equal lows over here. So that's why I have the alert sitting here. It's because these equal lows. I do think we are going lower just for corrective purposes. Nothing dramatic, but just a nice correction. This could get us down to that golden pocket. Sometimes we can get a little bit overextended on our what do you call it? On our measured moves, we can get a little bit extended on them, or we can just come right down into this pocket. There's no rule that says that we must hit a fib level, or else it doesn't count. No, instead, when we're going to zoom out to the weekly, I'm going to show you guys what I shared in the Piper Academy Discord earlier. Let's go ahead and draw out. So we've got a weekly fair value gap. And this is the whole reason why I was thinking last week was going to be a consolidation week, was because I saw the potential for the fair value gap forming. We came up, we swept the previous week high, and then we ended up closing down more of a consolidation but indecision candle. So with indecision candles, we can see, usually we'll see at minimum a retest of a previous zone. This isn't a breakaway gap, so if it's not a breakaway gap, then they do tend to if it's not a breakaway gap, then they do tend to come back into those gaps. Then from there on the daily, we do have a breakaway gap. Was it not the daily? Was it the 4 hour? Oh, I might have misspoken in my post. I might need to change that. 4 hour breakaway here. This candle came down, it cleared all these internal highs in here, creating that fair value gap. The reason that it's a breakaway gap is because the third candle, or it's because we pushed away from it really, but typically the third candle, I bet it's different than the other chart I was looking at. That's what I hate it. I hate it when things are lining up on one exchange but not on another. Let's go over to the finance chart. See this one. We go down to the 4 hour. Oh, maybe I just misspoke. Technically not a breakaway gap. Not because we didn't revisit it, but because the third candle did not close above the second candle. So messed up on that one, but nothing too critical either way. I mean, this level is still going to be my area of interest. We also have a value area high from the previous range that we broke out from, so not out of the question to come down and do a back test of some kind, at least getting to that 50. But it is Bitcoin, it is crypto, it is volatile, so getting down into that golden pocket is definitely possible, if not more probable, as the volume does pick up once we start to get back towards this range. Now, if we lose that value area high, then we'll probably quickly find our way down to that point of control at about 84K. That value area high is sitting at about 88.8. So let's not lose 88.8. let's hold up price here and then just continue the move to the upside. But either way would be fine with me. As far as structure goes, I think the bullish structure would still be intact. I think we'd be just fine. What are we guys talking about over here? Oh darn, lost a good one. Wait, what? Bart Simpson is the only pattern I trade. There you go. 2 juniors in the chat. Yeah, we are crypto bros. We got Al Jr. What's going on? JR, Al Jr., Little Fish. What's going on, Little Fish? Jay, yo. How's those gold longs, peeps? Welcome, Jay. Join the Preem. I got the hookup. Nah, if anything, pay me. Alright. Yeah. You're always bragging about the eyes, Al. How much do you... Oh, hold on. I had a question. Can you not? How much do you use fibs, LBC? Yesterday someone was talking about preferred fib levels. Are some hit more often? Yeah. I mean, it really depends on your... Didn't want to do that. Really depends on your strategy. I mean, there's people that use fib levels for different reasons. Hold on, what was it? Oh yeah, I forgot to go over this too. This was my weekly, I said Fed rate cut, that might come a little later. This is in June. I had it for May. It might come in June, maybe, but even that's looking like it might get pushed back even further. But this was essentially my forecast for what I think we could be seeing. And yeah, we got the indecision week, a little bit more downside, and then come back to the upside. We'll see. We'll see. But to answer your question, Kelly, what was the first? How much do I use fibs? Really? Nowhere near as often as I used to. Use fibs more for doing like Elliott wave analysis, and premium discount, where I just use the 50%. So I'll pull from a high to a low, and I have it saved as a template, premium discount. So I'll just look for price to get into premium or in a discount, and within a range from a high to a low or a low to a high. And then I look for potential reversals within those zones. So right now I don't see a whole lot over, I don't really see anything over here other than order block. And then over here on the upside, that is, then over here I see the weekly fair value gap. So for me, it's getting that pop above, 2 weekly candles above the 50% retracement that makes me lean more bullish, but I would anticipate a move back down into the discount zone before moving to the upside. Now, I do say discount because there's a... I think I went over this last night. Piper went over it today a little bit, and essentially discount to me is just shows weakness. Like when you're speculating, when they are speculative assets, you're not really getting something at a discount like you would going into Walmart and seeing a TV on sale for like 25% off of its usual price that it stays at for a long period of time, and then you get a drop, and that's more of a discount. Whereas this is just purely based on just speculation. So when you are purely based on speculation, in my opinion, you're wanting to buy into strength, or you're wanting to trade the momentum, the strength of the trend. Is it a strong uptrend or a strong downtrend? If you're a strong uptrend, you start getting in higher highs, higher lows on your daily, your 4 hour and your daily. Then you can kind of start to anticipate, all right, well, if we get a pullback, it might be a good time now that we have kind of proven ourselves a little bit. We've come in, we've taken out internal range highs. So, and we are creating higher highs and higher lows. This is the potential for the next higher low. So I will look to go long from there. And then put a stop below the weekly FVG. And then try to ride the wave to the upside. So instead of, now Bitcoin is something that I would personally, because it has its track record and it has institutional involvement, it is something where, not that I necessarily look at it as being like a discount, but just a better investment long term. Obviously, if the price, I'm investing at a lower price. So, but when it comes to like altcoins, stuff that's doesn't look strong at all, Doge has actually looked not too bad. But something like, I know FET USD, is that even still a thing? Did they all merge and it's still FET after the merge? But this was after the merge. No, that's 2019. Finance. FET's actually not looking too shabby. Highs and lows. What was the one? Oh yeah, Filecoin. USD. Coinbase. Now this one is one that's just been like, I mean, it's taken out its all-time lows, right? But not only is it taking out its all-time lows, we can go to File BTC. We can see that it has just been nothing but a straight line down. No like real consolidation, just some pumps so that people can exit. That's about it. Pump, exit. Pump, exit. Like, that's all that this has been for Filecoin. So why would I invest in something that just keeps going to the downside? It really honestly doesn't make sense, because it's like trying to buy, I don't know, it's like trying to buy Toys R Us as they're after they have filed for bankruptcy and they're just hemorrhaging money. It's like, like, why would you buy something that is not doing well, right? That's my whole thing. Prove to me that you're trying to do something, okay, then we can talk. But until then, no. And it's mostly the altcoins where I'm just kind of like, no, I don't like it. Most of the altcoins. There's some altcoins where it's not, that's not the case. We do have some strong altcoins like H bar is looking not too bad. I just saw it. No. Get off the perps. There we go. Holy ish, and I thought .btc looked bad. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be the same thing, but look, H bar has been showing some strength. What about H bar BTC? So what I'll try to find is are coins that are showing strength, both their USD pair and their Bitcoin pair. So the Bitcoin pair has come in and it's taken out internal highs for H bar, and so has the USD pair. It's coming up. It's come up and need some with more history. Taking out the high in here, and it's getting a pullback. So we'll see if it wants to go any lower, but this is showing more strength to me than the Filecoin. Another good example is EOS. EOS essentially, since its existence, hold on, Coinbase. Ever since its existence, it's basically been just down and to the right. Now, EOS BTC. Yeah, same thing, just down and to the right for all of eternity. Getting a little bit of a bull div though, but that might have been its last gasp. Love you, ABC. God bless. Good night. Good night, Alex. Oh, crypto. Love you, bro. Hope you have a wonderful evening and an even better stream tomorrow morning. Thank you for showing up. Do appreciate you, brother. God bless. Good night. I've been hearing about this one. I've heard it's a buy. And this is actually the one. Oh yeah, throw some otters in the chat. Of course, throw some otters in the chat. OM. I was told to buy this one. And this is kind of what, this is exactly what got Piper to talk about this whole weakness versus strength thing this morning. And that was how another content creator was talking about how, you know, you should buy OM. It's like FTX. I mean, it's possible that it could shoot all the way back up. I mean, and to be fair, who was it? Is it the lead dev, the founder, whoever it was, said that they were going to talk about, or that they were talking about burning like 300 million of their tokens or something because of the hack? I mean, if they do that, XLM did that once. XLM, Jed McCaleb once burned half of the supply. I wonder when he did that. November 4th, 2019. November 4th, 2019. Alright, so here's November 4th, 2019. This is when they burned half of their supply. More downside. So, actually, furthers the argument that you probably shouldn't just jump into this. You should wait for it to show some strength. Is there something with some more history on it? Oh, that don't look too bad when you zoom out. I mean, yeah, it's straight line down, but that's nothing more than a little back test of this high here, right? I don't know why it did that one. Look. Just take this wick right here. See this big wick? Big wick. Just move that on across and look at that. Look at that. Ain't that something? That's solid buy right there, says JR. Man, just look at that. That looks absolutely amazing to me. I mean, the warning signs are there. I mean, we had bearish RSI divergences coming in here. Tons of reverse signals. Shout out to that there chart prime. Get you 4 or 5% off first month. And yeah, we're getting a nice upwards reversal signal here coming in here at this at this level here. Now, if I pull up my Fibonacci's, my Fibonacci's, I can see that we're well below that 50 percentile. Let's go ahead and make this standard. We're below the platinum pocket. I mean, this is just absolute madness. We're just well below that platinum pocket right there. Now, if we take this low here and we go this high, well, we can see that we're still quite below that platinum pocket. It's probably not very good. Did your accent just get thicker? Yeah, it kind of did. You know, I'm kind of playing into it. You know what I mean? I've got many accents. You do? Would you want me to do a Southern American Brit? Boomhauer knows. Look, man, down them dang old chickens down there over there by the chicken coop. They told me that they done seen them foxes, and they're like, man, woo! I be trying to tell them things, man. They need to go on and get on out of here, and they don't listen to it. But they gonna find out one of these days. But you know, you can't talk to a raccoon sitting on a biscuit any day of the week. You know what I mean? As a man raised in northern Alabama, I approve. They were basically neighbors, being that I'm Tennessee. I'm West Tennessee though, not East Tennessee. East Tennessee is where all them Hicks is. All right, that's where all the mountain people are. That's where the hollers are, you know what I mean? Oh boy, XRP. $2.11, man. What are you doing, XRP? Look at this. Look how long XRP. It has, 4 weeks of just pure or 5 weeks of just pure pump. And now we are on week 21. Of sideways price action ever since the big pump. I'd have to say so much fun in America. Are you serious about Gala, RS Miller? Wait. No, that's West Virginia, LOL, for hollowers. For hollers. Yeah, I know. It's the mountains. But, I mean, hold on. Unless I don't know my American geography. Which I'm pretty good at. Yeah, it's a little bit north. Sitting right over here. There's your West Virginia. Oh, you can't even see. Let's put it on the chart. Got me doing non-TA. See right here, there's a West Virginia. There's Tennessee. But you still have the Appalachian Mountains coming down through here. Appalachian Mountains come down through Tennessee now. So don't think that up here in this little corner of Tennessee that there ain't no hollers. Because there probably is. And there's definitely some moonshine all around this whole area up in here. All right, lots of moonshine. So totally lots of moonshine. Hidden bullish divergence here on the weekly chart for XRP with a reversal signal. Hot bearish power bar in here. So maybe we get one more dips for the XRP before it decides to actually move to the upside. Now we have already visited the golden pocket, and maybe it'll just come down to this $1.95 before continuing back to the upside. but I would want to wait for a breakout of the downwards trend. Break the downwards trend first before we decide on any longs. I'm still holding out for. I'm just waiting, man. I'm waiting for a nice trend to start on everything. Just the most obvious trend of obvious trends. I call it Bumblebee whiskey. David Brumbelow would like that. I can make moon. So West Tennessee, did you ever go see shows at the venue, the Muse in Nashville? I have never been to the Muse. Haven't been to shows in Nashville, a whole lot of shows in Nashville. When I was going to like a whole bunch of metal shows and stuff, way back in the day, we had a bunch of local places that you could go for shows. Now we only have like 2 or 3, but we had a ton back in the day when the scene was popping. But it's not popping so much anymore. But no, never been to the Muse, never been to Rocket Town, but I did see Dave Matthews at Bridgestone, so there is that. Which was amazing, by the way. People are like, wait, you listen to Sleep Token and then Dave Matthews? Yes. And then after that, I'll put on Black Dahlia Murder. And after that, I'll put it on Brandon Lake, which is Christian music. And then after that, I'll put it on Iron Maiden. And then after that, I'll put it on some synthwave. And then after that, I'll put it on some hip hop. 2000s hip hop. All right, specific. There's a lot of music that I can listen to today, but mumble rap ain't it. I just the beats are fire. The beats are fire, but man, I like to be able to at least halfway understand the rapper, but I also like a good story. I'm more like storytelling rap. I like all I love all music. Yeah. I love lots of different music. I'll listen straight up to that Oliver Anthony guy, you know, that type of stuff. I'll binge that stuff too, some, folky from the holler stuff. Yep. Bluegrassy. I like it. It's like death metal. Either you understand the words or you don't. No one understands the word. Let's be clear. No one is understanding the words without looking up the lyrics, okay? Doesn't matter. I love the hollering music, but depending on the band, some bands they do more of like a scream than a holler, which you can kind of understand the scream. But some, if it's like, yeah, good luck. Good luck. You tell me what he just said other than I regurgitate. LOL, I saw Black Dahlia, Darkest Hour, and Bit Bam. See, Bit Bam's my all-time favorite metal band. They used to be anyway. Back in the day. Colors album, best metal album of all time. We're not even doing tea anymore. I'm just hanging out with you guys. They don't count though. They ain't human. Oh yeah. So I actually saw Black Dahlia Murder before they got big. I saw them with Cannibal Corpse, and I mean, I'm gonna have to say it. It's Markets After Dark, so I can say it. Okay, a band called Goat Whore, which is actually a really good death metal, black metal, death metal. Probably not really sure which one, but it doesn't really matter. Really good metal. Saw them when I was 15 in Colorado at some like almost like a dive bar, hole in the wall. The lead singer from Black Dahlia Murder, sweat was just like dripping on me. Gross. And there was this big speaker stack, right? And I was right up on it the entire time, headbanging. I'm 15 years old and I'm in here in this place with like a bunch of skinheads that are probably drinking alcohol and doing their whatever, like the what's it called? It's like break. It's not break dance. What is it? It's what's it called? It's kind of like an old school hardcore type deal. Not really sure. Let's see. BTC has moved like $400. Yeah, it's pitiful. Poison the Well played in Discord. LOL. I need to hear this. I love Poison the Well. But yeah, this music has words in it, so hopefully it doesn't copyright, even though it says no copyright music. All right. Thing is, I just don't know what is there to even go over. Let's look at tomorrow. So tomorrow, what I'm going to be looking for is we're going to see. Well, let's just go over today's price action so we can kind of go over what to expect tomorrow. All right. So I've been showing you guys this strategy for a couple of weeks now. Take the London high, and just move it across, just straight across. Better yet, put a horizontal ray on it. There we go. Let's make that white. All right, take our, now we're not going to do the Asia high because London swept the Asia high, so we don't care about that one. We will do the London low, all right, and the Asia low. We wait for 9:30. What do? We come down immediately, take out the London low. We get what looks like a reversal, but something is important. Context matters, and that is that we did not get a close above this high, and instead we came back to the downside. Now, if you're trying to get into this fair value gap and just go blindly, which I don't recommend, then you probably would have gotten stopped out unless you put your stop loss below this low. Outside of that, you just wait until you get a clear shift in the market structure, which doesn't come until this candle right here, which breaks this candle and creates a fair value gap as it breaks that candle. And then we just take the fair value gap, we move that across, and price comes right back to that fair value gap and goes straight up to where? London high. So we sweep the London low, we show consolidation. This is more of like this is what is called a liquidity raid, really. It's just coming down to raid liquidity at the lows. The price is moving down and it's kind of stalling, right? That is textbook liquidity raid. The raid's liquidity, then you get the shift to the upside, the pullback, and then a run back up to take out the London high. And then from there, you get a shift in market structure here. And then from there is when I would say, all right, let's run it back to the downside. But I would be aiming for this low, not aiming for anything lower, just this low. And we do come straight down to that low. We actually come back down to the London low. So you could have rode that out right back down to the London low. Just trading the London low and high would have made you profitable today. get back above the London high. Don't really get, I mean, you do get a break here, which we can just put horizontal array on here. And then we do come up and tap that and then reverse back to the downside. Big candle, engulfing, breaks market structure. That is going to be a target for liquidity to potentially enter to almost every single time. So, context. After taking out a high or taking out a low, that's when you want to see these moves. Not before, not after. Well, after. Not before, not during, but after. Once you've swept a high, then you look for the market structure shift. Once you've swept a low, then you look for the market structure shift. And then tomorrow, no idea what, obviously won't know until the morning time, so I won't be able to place any markers down. But you know, coming into tomorrow, let's just say that Asia high holds here. Well, let's just say, for argument's sake, Asia low holds and we get London range inside of that. Okay. So London opens up. It does some craziness. Come on now. Comes down, takes out Asia low, and potentially even this low here, and coming into this order block here. From there, we could see it shift back to the upside, come up, take out the Asia high, create its own high, London. Move this over here. Get rid of that. I know I said that was London high. It didn't make any sense because I didn't play it out yet. But London low. So we've taken out Asia. So we've cleared Asia during London. Now we're waiting for 9:30. We come into 9:30. We come up. We sweep the previous day high. We also sweep the London high. We get a shift in market structure. Breaking the internal low. Look for a pullback into a fair value gap or order block, and then ride it back down to the downside. And zooming out, more macro, we still have the equal lows over here, and that is what I am expecting for us to come down to. So a lot of people will call that a bear flag, and they wouldn't be wrong. But that's just a little bit of the context, the narrative on the lower time frame, something that I would look for. That's what I'm constantly looking for. I'm looking for liquidity, looking for shifts after taking out lows. I'm looking for hopefully some consolidation, even if it's just short term, that I can ride the wave to the upside, get that shift in market structure, and then ride it back right back down to the downside. And when you're expecting kind of sideways price action and more downside, then that is what makes the most sense. So that's my narrative for the week, that I came in for the week just based on previous week price action. And so until that changes, that's kind of where I am leaning, especially considering the FOMC shouldn't bring any surprises. So the market's really not, I don't think, really is going to react too much to the FOMC, to be honest, unless there's something surprising that comes from it, which I doubt, but we'll see. Bear flag is just a pullback when it's trending down, eh? Yep. That's all a bear flag is. Everything's in context. Just depends on what you call it. You got uptrend. this little move right here, consolidation to the downside. Depending on its structure, people would call it a bear flag. If it's like a symmetrical triangle, it gets tighter and tighter, so that would be, symmetrical triangle. You get the breakout. Or actually, if you're moving to the downside in your triangle, then it's actually more of a pennant, called a pennant. Instead of a flag, you get a pennant. Flags are actually a little more sideways than they are down, typically. But consolidation, flag, push to the upside. All different types of consolidations. That's what patterns are, essentially. They're just different types of consolidation. You got symmetrical triangle, right? Breakout. And for me, Elliott wave theory, I'm just like, all right, what is forming here on wave 2? What kind of pattern am I getting? Sometimes it's just a consolidation that gets a sweep of the low before pushing to the upside. Sometimes it's that triangle. Sometimes it's a rising, broadening wedge, or just a standard broadening wedge. That could be broadening to the downside as well before pushing up. All different kinds of things. Does anyone else call them FOMC meetings? Well, the FOMC meeting is actually the day prior to the data release and the press conference. Yes, sometimes it's a hot dog. Shout out to Alex O Crypto. Sometimes it's a hot dog. Does anyone else call them FOMC meetings? Oh, sorry. Yeah. So when you look up, just when the Fed is going to be doing stuff, it's always a 2-day thing. So this week it's the 6th and the 7th. Tomorrow is when they'll have their meeting. The 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is when they will release their decision based on the meeting, and then they'll have the press conference with Fed Chair Powell. And apparently there's a whole bunch of members speaking this week or something, but yeah. Now the meeting minutes, those come 2 weeks after an FOMC, and that's essentially that meeting the day prior. It's essentially like the not a synopsis, because they actually give you what they were like saying and stuff, but it's essentially you get like the why can't I think of the freaking word? Not translation, it's not transcript. You get the transcript of the meeting, so you get to kind of get a look into what the Fed is thinking, why they were thinking the way that they were thinking, and maybe see, all right, who's more hawkish, who's more dovish, or is there anybody that's dovish? Is there anybody that's hawkish? You just kind of get a feel for the Fed with those minutes. But yeah, Kelly's in Alaska. I wish there was good barbecue and fried chicken in Alaska. Why are you in Alaska? I say that about pretty much anybody that lives in Alaska. Why are you there? It's beautiful. Yeah. Sometimes. I mean, maybe all the times, but nah. Is it just certain parts of Alaska, or is it the whole state where they experience that whole, like, what is it, like 4 to 6 months of blackout? where it's just like nighttime all the time, and then the rest of the time it's like daylight all of the time. That would drive me absolutely insane. Outlast is my favorite show. Oh, I've seen that on, I think it's on Netflix, right? I think I started watching Outlast. Before that, I loved watching Alone. I think they did some stuff in Alaska. Juneau, I believe. Maybe a little further. Not sure. But my wife and I absolutely love Alone. Oh, watched every season of Alone. Pretty much survival stuff. Alright guys, so market structure. This is key to your trading, okay? Whenever you get a trend going, right? You see price moving to the upside on a macro trend, and then you get a pullback, okay? This does not become a low. We do not call this a low, even if it starts to move up at all and takes out internal. This does not become a swing low until this high is broken. Once we have that, then we can wait for a pullback for potential long confirmation. Same goes for the highs here. This does not become a swing high until it is broken. So yeah, there you go. That's all you need to know. Come down, break this low, swing high, come back up. Now, sometimes we can continue to the upside. A lot of the times we're only going to come back up to here, and then we're going to come down and we're going to confirm that downtrend. And then from there, we just look for short opportunities. Probably some kind of something in here, fair value gap. Maybe come all the way back up to an order block. But eventually it will continue to the downside because we have shifted our market structure and we have resting liquidity sitting below this old low over here. So liquidity, liquidity, liquidity. It's daylight till like midnight in June. That's so weird. WC, actually, it's not that having daylight all the time. We spent 3 months at the North Pole back in 86 and 80. Wait, what? Actually, it's not that having daylight all the time? Oh, well, 60 days in... 60 days in UTIAVIG, way up north in the Arctic Circle, most northern city in the world, I think. I don't know what word that is, but I believe you. What is there even to do in Alaska other than like fish? Ice fishing. Ice skating, maybe? Are there concerts? Do bands go there? Alright, so we've broken this internal range low in here. We're coming back up into a fair value gap that was created in this push down that took out this low and this low. So price is trying to come back up into it. We'll see if it gets there. See if it gets a stall out and gets and shows us a shift in trend, because if it does, then it's probably gonna come down lower. But I got a feeling price is gonna do exactly how and that could be wrong, of course. I shouldn't say I got a feeling. I should just say would make sense for it to do like I expected it to do, which is come down here to this order block, reverse, this would be London, taking out the Asia low, and then London running up and taking out the Asia high, and then leaving the London high there for us to come back forward during New York to sweep London again and the previous day high, and then watch out below, potentially, probably. We'll see. We'll have to look for the market structure shift though. We are getting a bear div in here, so this is pushing to the downside. All right, guys. It was fun. Had a great time with you guys hanging out. Had fun talking about some metal, some music, some geography, some moonshine, everything. Been a fun one. And it wouldn't have been as fun without you guys. Accumulation, consolidation, distribution. Yes, power of 3. You got it. Thank you, LBC, as always. Thank you, All Set. I appreciate you. But yeah, it is 11:01 my time, so it is time for me to go. I do have work tomorrow, so I do appreciate each and every single one of you for being here. Don't forget to join the Piper Academy Discord. Link is in the description if you're watching the playback. It is pinned in the chat if you want to go ahead and click that now. $5 to become a member. That's all that we ask. It's not much, but it's honest work. You know what I mean? Could potentially come out and take out this low too. But we might save that for later. But yeah, we'll see. All right, guys. So yeah, thank you all for being here. I thank you for all your support and for keeping the chat lively and keeping it going, making everything interesting on this TA Tuesday. I know we got a little sidetracked, but had some fun with you guys. And but yeah, we'll go ahead and get on out of here. I'll see you all tomorrow bright and early. So yeah, had fun. I hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I will see you all tomorrow night. Probably tomorrow morning. Mad love. Peace out. God bless. Good night.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trend, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, live financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows. Analyzing trends while the world lays low. Markets after dark where only brilliance shows. Hit that subscribe and join the ride. In the world of finance where fortunes collide. Lunar's path will be your guide. Through the market storm or the market tide. On the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets soaring through the night. From Bitcoin markets soaring fast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright light. Crypto markets markets soaring through the night. Follow the trend, see the future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp our knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the Lord.